Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Turius podcast. So for today, we're going to do a quick and dirty DCF valuation of Nvidia. So Nvidia is one of the growth darling stocks of Wall Street. And after they announced earnings yesterday, like a lot of recent growth stocks, this has also taken a big hit. So Ruben, do you want to kick us off?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. So Nvidia is the stock of the artificial intelligence, the gaming stock, crypto stock. So pretty much any of these latest tech revolves around this Nvidia's graphics card.
Yeah,
So market always has a higher price to sales multiple for this particular stock. Even if we compare this to AMD and Intel, this stock really has a higher valuation. And one of the main reason why they do this, they have a crazy high gross margin, and then the revenue growth is a bit crazy as well. You can see it's up 53% year over year, but quarter over year it's actually like a bit slowing down. So this is the latest results. I think it came out yesterday, market or day before yesterday, so I'm not sure. So on 16th, basically. So we actually took their cash flow values from here, also their shares, free float, and then we did our discounted cash flow. So we have data all plugged in. So Ravi will take us through that one. Yeah,
yep.
I'll stop sharing. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So we just pre-filled this sheet for you guys to keep it short, and let's look at our growth rates. So we are assuming that Nvidia can grow its cash flows 25% over the next 5 years, and beyond that, they'll keep growing their cash flow for 20% or by 20%. And the discount rate, or in other words, the expectation we have if we own the stock, is a return of 15%. And terminal value, which is basically the multiple you get when you sell the business at the end of the next 10 years. You'll get we are assuming that we can sell this for a 25 times free cash flow multiple. So year one cash flow, like Ruben explained, we just pulled this out of the most recent Nvidia financial statement. So they've got about $8.1 billion of free cash on the balance sheet. I'm sorry, they earned about $8.1 billion of free cash flow. Yeah, and they also have about $21 billion of excess cash.
Yeah.
Excess cash and cash equivalents sitting idle on the balance sheet, right? Okay, so those are the inputs, and as usual, we are calculating the free cash flows. So basically, what we do is take the year-one free cash flow, and we grew that by 25%, which is the number you see here, for the first 5 years. And for years 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, we grew them by 20%. And as we explained, end of year 10, we're going to sell Nvidia for 25 times the last cash flow. So 61 billion is the cash flow at end of year 10 times 25, which is the multiple we are assuming, is $1,500 billion, 1.5 trillion, basically. Yeah. And in the next step, we take these numbers and calculate.
Discount that to 15%. Yeah.
Yeah, discount them back to today's numbers using a 15% discount rate. So at the end of all this, you get a valuation for the entire company. A present value valuation is $500 billion, $500 billion. And as we saw up here, they had $21.2 billion of extra cash. And Ruben, the debt is $11 billion, right?
Yeah, total debt on the balance sheet. Yeah.
Yep. So using these three numbers, we calculated the equity, 500 billion for the present value, plus the cash on the balance sheet, minus the debt payable to bondholders and banks and other financial institutions. That gives you 513 billion, which is the value for the entire business. Now, like Ruben was saying, we took this number from the last reported financial statements, which we just saw, 2.6 billion shares outstanding. We took the diluted number just to keep this conservative. So based on these numbers, we get a value per share of $197. Let's just call it 200. And as you can see, the current price is about 240. And it's
236.
Okay, it's actually plummeting today. So we'll take the most recent value, 236. And finally, we see that the stock is actually overvalued by 20%. So Ruben, for me, the story is clear. It's not a buy for now, at least for me. What about you?
Yeah, so the same goes, right? So we should have a margin of safety from here, the price that this discounted cash flow is suggesting. So if we take a margin of safety of at least 20%, then we have to wait for it to go to at least $150.
That's
so
right.
Yeah, so just sit through this, that's the only thing that I could say. So actually Nvidia went all the way up to what, 25 weeks high was 346. So from 346 it came all the way down to 236, and still it's considered overvalued. So so if we were to get this current price, then what is the expected growth rate that we have to assume, at least the market is factoring in, so we can actually test it as well.
Yeah, that's an interesting thought experiment. So we actually did this exercise before the call. We just plugged in different number combinations. And what we realized is if you plug in 30% for the next 5 years, 30% growth in cash flows for the next 5 years, and 20% for the next 5 years beyond that. Is it 30 and 20? That's right. So as you can see, you get a value per share of 237, which is very, very, very close to the current price. And 30-20 they're not exactly conservative estimates of growth, right? To me, they still appear quite frothy.
Yeah, and also we could also consider the discount rate. Just go for 10% instead of 15, because the semicon always moves along with the inflation rate, right? So we can safely assume that the product price will factor in inflation. So then the value per share goes up to 354. Yeah. So I mean, these are all the numbers that are affecting. So what we assume over there, the three main factors. The growth rate for the next 5 years and following 5 years, and then the discount rate that we're using affects the price. So now we can see that it's significantly undervalued. But we could also do another one, where we actually test out their market cap after 10 years, or at least the share price after 10 years. We can already see it's 1.8 trillion.
Yes. Yeah, this is assuming that you can slap a 25 times multiple on the year 10 free cash flow, 1.8 trillion. Yeah, let's just call it 2 trillion. It's a wonderful business. So
yeah, if it is 2 trillion, then what is it? Because the call is gonna end. Yeah. Then what is a float?
2.6 billion.
2.6. Then we have to do the math. Yeah. So we will do the math and put in the description so you guys can watch it. Else, if we can do now, yeah.
Okay, so that would be 2 trillion, so 2,000 billion, right? Divided by 2.6. So the share will be roughly $770 per share in 10 years based on these assumptions.
Yeah.
Well,